Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, purchases off the wish list, and tipping the Clarissa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. How are you today? We're going to do some live readings for donations. I probably will give away a couple as well. There is a collective reading that is posting at this time. So just a little patience on that. Hello, Lighthouse. How are you? Hey, Flo. How are you? I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, I figured I would, but yeah, that collective is posting. Good energy this week, for sure. Definitely moving through some big stuff. Crazy day. Hey, Tink. Yeah, we'll start with you. You don't need to apologize. Yeah, it's been a crazy morning already, for sure. Busy, but good stuff. I hope all good stuff for you too, Flo. Whew. Yeah, so let's get, Shelly yesterday had sent in a donation for Tink to get a happy birthday! Today's your birthday! Happy birthday! Sorry, it took me a minute. Alright, see, it worked out. So now I get to give you this reading on your birthday. Look at that. That's epic. You're welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I hope that you are going to have a fantastic day. You know, I hope it has started out that way as well. So is there anything in particular that you want to know, or would you like me to just see what comes out? It's up to you. Sorry, my nose was so itchy for a second. Eee. Like right around the nostrils, you know? Okay. Anything in particular, like a certain question, or what? General. Okay. Just what do you need to know about your biological family? How about that? Does that sound okay? Okay. Hey, Almai. Perfect. Okay, let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Hey! Sorry. It was bubbling up in me. I had to let it go. Okay. What does Tink need to know about her? Oh, okay. Biological family here. So with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Cups, we do have the Ten of Pentacles, right? That does talk about family. It is definitely giving, you know, like the energy that you are in communication here, okay? There is some sort of... This communication, there's something about connecting with your roots. I am this Two of Wands over here. She's focused on the lock. There's something about that as well. Um, with the lock. Focusing on that rather than the key. I'm not exactly what we're talking about there, but I do feel like this energy shifts. There's something about this communication. With your roots. They keep saying like your roots. That is kind of like, I don't know, awakening you to. It's almost like you can see yourself differently by knowing these people. It like it almost like opens a whole other world for you, a world that maybe you didn't feel like in the past, like that it was like that you had access to, or that you could do something, or that you know what I mean, like it feels like eye opening, like through this communication. It like there's something about seeing some yourself differently, or like seeing, again, it's almost like by meeting them or having communication with them, or just these conversations. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything in particular, but just being connected is it kind of helping you bust through some sort of glass ceiling, some sort of restriction that you had kind of placed on yourself. And it's not just, it's not the fault of anyone or anything like that, but it's like, it's almost like by being connected with them, you can kind of see a little, it's almost like you're being shown more of your own potential. Like, that's kind of what it feels like. It's this communication with them and things like that is helping you break through this like glass ceiling of where you kind of put restrictions on yourself, right? Unintentionally. Again, nobody's fault. It's just a programming that had developed over time. But it's definitely eye-opening is what they're saying, and I think you know that. But yeah, and this may take some time, right? Because I do feel like there is an energy of, kind of rebirth and things. There's also an energy of like you kind of holding back, that kind of coming to an end. I don't know what you were holding back from or with or whatever, but that's kind of coming to an end here as well. But yeah, being connected with them and just communicating with them and kind of getting to know them is helping you to see more about yourself, more about your own potential, and helping you to like bust through, like I said, this like glass ceiling that you had kind of, unintentionally placed on yourself. Anything else for Tink for her birthday? Yeah. I don't know. It's like with this kind of busting through this glass ceiling and like kind of, recognizing some different things within yourself, or like I said, like, kind of, it's almost like, you saw your potential as like this, and it's like for some reason, not for some reason, but being connected with them kind of expands your potential to like this, right? And because of that, there will be like new doors that open and things like that, like lots of new doors. I feel like doors that I feel like I don't know that you ever really thought that you would be walking through. um but I would definitely, not that you were ever planning on not communicating with them, but being connected with them is expanding your world, internally as well as externally, but in lots of different ways. This energy is going to show up in a lot of different ways as you kind of, break through that. But yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I like that energy. That's a good energy. Truly. Yeah, so this will be good. I mean, not that it wasn't already good, and not that it wasn't already great that you're, that you have. View the way that you fit into the world, you know? It's going to be very good. Very good. Okay, Alma, you are up, my dear. Hey, Shelly. Oh, no worries. Yeah, see, like, I know that there are, like, as far as, like, when it comes to the situation that I dealt with, like, yes, money hungry, people kind of taking advantage. I don't know. But also, too, it's just, um, yeah, I'm not going to get all into it, but it's all good. Everything is all good. Oh, Tinga, I love that. Hey, Deborah. Yeah, no, I'm not discrediting anyone else's, because I agree. Like, should it have been that extensive? I mean, laws are laws, but we understand that, like, society and things like that, they create these things in order to restrict us and things like that. I totally see through all of that. But I am a human having a human experience, and I have to follow the laws as they are now. And I was not. So, like, I can see past the illusion. I can see all of that, right? But it's one of those things. Yes. Oh, those are fun places to travel to for sure. Oh, I love that. But okay, what would happen if we all knew the difference between legal and lawful? What would happen if we all knew the difference between legal and lawful? Well, we have the King of Pentacles, so that makes me feel like Page of Cups kind of wanted to stay in there. You know, the King of Pentacles is very secure, very stable, very grounded, takes care of business, right? Is balanced between like the mind and heart, right? So if we all knew the difference between legal and lawful, right, then I think that a lot of people would be at a more you know, more of in this energy. It's also empowered energy. It's I think as far as stability, I think a lot of people may be in a different place, right? But also too that, you know, stability kind of comes from mental and emotional stability, you know? But we have the Temperance here as well. I think that if we all knew the difference, right? And that if we were all kind of taught things, especially like at a young age, and not just about like, you know, the difference between legal and lawful maybe, but like it feels like it's a bigger thing than just that. I think we'd all be a little bit more empowered, right? I think that if our government were moving from a place of doing its job and, you know, by working for us and protecting us rather than trying to, you know, I want to say swing their dicks around, right? Like, excuse my language, but, you know, or, you know, kind of control things, trying to, you know, take from citizens and things like that. I think that has a big deal as well. I think it works on both ends, right? The knowledge of the citizens as well as, you know, the government actually doing what it is that they're supposed to do, right? What we as citizens pay them to do. It's not to harass and or you know, break people down, or it's here to protect and serve. You know, I think that would make a big difference in the world for sure. So but I honestly feel like, you know, as a society, we're in, you know, just as we all are as individuals in a transition, so is the world, the whole world, right? So I can only imagine that while things may be super not great right now and kind of breaking down and things like that, you know, I feel like we can expect some positive shifts and changes as far as the intention of our government. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen now or this year or, you know what I mean, things like that. You know, it takes time to, you know, kind of come out of like an indoctrinated state. But you know, the universe, the laws of the universe and karma, like they're moving. I mean, they're all constantly moving, but you can tell that there's things that are shifting and changing. Um, the scales are being balanced. You know what I mean? That type of energy. Okay, Deborah? My situation is pretty cut and dry. I didn't have insurance. I mean, I've got Lamborghinis back home. I'll be taking care of the registration today. I tried to do it this morning, but there was some hiccups and a little bit of delays and things like that. But insurance is taken care of. Basically, all I've got left to do is go to court. And I, you know, if sure, like I said, I can see past the illusions and things like that and the restrictions and whatnot, but ultimately I just need to go to court and say I fucked up. You know? Okay, would Almai's documents help me in my situation? Yes, Tink. I got in trouble this weekend. Would Almai's documents help me in my situation? So we have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is knowledge and things like that. I think they would help me. I don't know about this particular situation. I think it would be, you know, knowledge is always power, so I think it would definitely be helpful. It may help a lot of people. You know what I mean? There's something too about, I mean, it could change my perception on how there's something about like the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. That's like, it may change a perception, if that makes sense. Like about I guess maybe more so like where I stand on the totem pole. You know what I mean? Yeah, I talked about it yesterday. But again, you know, when we're talking about like and I'll read them, you know, if it changed my perception and if it will help me, but I just don't think that I don't think that fighting this is there. Basically, Tink, I didn't have insurance. I chose to buy groceries or, you know, prioritize other things that were more important than insurance. I let it go too long. Business was really slow, and so I just was, kind of cutting things off where I needed to. And business typically picks back up. It hadn't done so, and so I let it go too long, and then they suspended my registration. So I got pulled over. They impounded the van. I have court in April for a couple of tickets for not having insurance. It was a devastating day. But yeah, honestly, it's yes, Almai, I would love to read your what you have, your documents and things like that. To probably, I could see how it could probably be like empowering about like I said, where I stand like on the totem pole. But when it comes down to it, you have to have insurance to be on the road. I'm looking forward to it. I will definitely read them for sure. And I didn't. And I fucked up. Yeah. But I got insurance. I got the van back. I'm going to go unsuspend my registration later today. Okay. Sorry, Deborah. I'm coming back to you. Yeah, it'll be all right. I have a hard time with making mistakes. Even though I was very aware of the mistake that I was making, right? I just, yeah. Anyways, okay. To you, Deborah, does Travis have feelings for Deborah, and when will they get together soon? Okay. Does Travis has feelings for Deborah? Four Wands. I like that energy. Okay. So he does. He does have feelings. The Four Wands could also be like marriage, though. Tell me more. I also, when I was like pre-shuffling, okay, King of Cups. Yes. Yes. Yes, he does. He does have feelings for you. Okay. Will Deborah and Travis get together soon? Page of Swords, that's communication, chatting, things like that. Looks like he may be watching you or you're watching him or something like that. But I do see there could be like a message of like Page of Pentacles. That's, that's kind of giving like date energy, right? Kind of giving like, hey, let's go out. Let's do this, or, let me take you there, or, something like that here. Will they get together soon? We have the Page of Pentacles. Why is the Seven of Wands here? More. Plus, I've also never been in like legal trouble except for when I was in college, and even then, it wasn't as scary, right? I was in my dorm room. They just sent me back to my dorm room, so that was like a big thing for me too. Like, Oh no, I got in trouble, right? Okay, sorry, Deborah, back to you. Um, okay, definitely has feelings for you. I do feel like, I don't know if you guys have been out on a date before or whatever. I or maybe it's just in a state of like conversation. I do feel like there will be like an opportunity for you two to like get together in the physical here. Um but I get this energy where it's yeah, they're saying like ease into it. Ease into it. You don't want to rush anything. I kind of also feel like he may be protecting you. I don't know if he has like children or I don't know. For some reason I feel like he may be it's not protecting you like in or maybe that's where these boundaries are. There it does feel like if something is seems to like take longer, it's there's a reason. It doesn't feel like there's anyone else involved as far as like, you know, like another woman or anything like that, but it does feel like, you know, there's something about boundaries and taking your time, Deborah. Yeah, there's kind of an energy of like I almost want to say like make him chase you, but not like in an ego way, right? Um there's like something about like not being so available, you know? And again, it's not to play games or anything like that. It's just it's more so make sure that you're not losing sight of like, you know, make sure you're taking care of your stuff too. You know, sometimes we can get excited and lose track of things and then we lose sight of what we're doing and things like that. And you're being encouraged not to do that. Ooh, 20 years older? Get it. Okay. What's going on? What are the intention of Nerdisha's upstairs neighbors? What are the intentions of Nerdisha's upstairs neighbors? What are the intention of Nerdisha's upstairs neighbors? I don't think it's connected. I think that if you are your, I think that there's some healing that needs to be done from the previous one still yet, because you're quick to jump there, right? And this is not me judging you at all. We go through things like that, and sometimes, things like the neighbors being loud or whatever can trigger us intentionally so that we can move through it. It looks like, I don't know if there's kids, but it feels like they're just, it's like all of these images kind of give me, yeah, especially with the Knight of Wands here. It just gives me like they may just be like loud. They may have heavy feet. They may be like, especially if there's kids, they may be like playing or, something like that. It's giving like outdoor energy, but inside. is what it feels like. Bye, Tink. Have the best birthday. You know, I don't feel like it's like they're doing it on purpose. I feel like they with this Two of Cups kind of being in the middle here, it feels like they're just in their own little world, right? They may be unaware that you know that they're being as loud as they're being. But I don't see that it's any direct correlation, like a thing like that. I could see how the universe may be providing this to bring up a trigger for you, to look at the situation a little bit differently. Um, but yeah, it doesn't feel intentional. It doesn't feel, you know, um, yeah. I don't know. Some people move on different schedules. I don't know. Have you tried knocking on their door and asking them to be quiet kindly? Like, hey, sorry to bother you. I know these floors are probably thin and whatever, but it's late and I've got to get up early in the morning. Is it possible that you can walk a little lighter on your feet, or, whatever it is, right? Like, is it possible, that type of energy? Don't be scared. Just be kind. Just there's nothing to be scared of. Just like you live there too. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like it would be better to go to them before, having somebody else go to them. I feel like it somebody, and again, I don't know, but I feel like I personally would respond better to somebody coming to me, um on my, on their own, rather than sending, somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I would be more apt to, because if they do have kids, right? Like, they don't think about that shit at all. But yeah, I would just ask kindly, you know? Well, if they get louder, then they're dicks. But no, this is not somebody like coming after you. I for some reason, I don't feel like it needs to be a fight. I don't know. It feels like it just needs to be a simple, like, hey, you know? But I don't know, again, I don't know all the situation. I don't know the whole thing. I don't, but I feel like, yeah. But again, I don't know all the details. But it could definitely, maybe even if you don't want to do it face to face, like if you're nervous or something like that, you could probably write them a letter and put it on their door. Oh, that's funny, Christina. I didn't know that you put that too. Thanks, Radisha. But yeah, it doesn't have to be made into a big old thing. You know what I mean? Like, just sometimes, especially like I'm thinking about my kids, and if we were living in an apartment building, depending on their ages and things like that, they don't think about that stuff. Like I would have to be the one to be like, hey guys, keep it down, like things like that. And maybe their parents don't think about it either, right? Because they're not aware. I don't know. But yeah. It's not intentional. Ultimately, to get down to the bottom of it, it's not intentional. It's not something that is like, oh, we're gonna fuck with her. Yeah. Just people living their life and not paying attention, it sounds like. Can you guys tell, did that other collective post yet? Lonnie Donnie Zing. Donnie Donnie Za. Let me look. Yeah. 1 minute ago. Right on. Yeah, there's lots of things that you can do. But if it's a lot, I would say something. Just and again, it's not about coming at him and them in like a rude way. It's just like, hey, I live downstairs and it's you were probably not aware, but these ceilings, the floors are real thin. So I was wondering, if past a certain time, right? Like maybe just like, if after 9 p.m. every night, can we make sure that the noise is kept to a minimum? I don't know. Hey, Patty Cake. I sure am. Oh, that's a good idea, Christina. Yeah. Man, some of the apartments I've seen, they're built so so thin and things like that. That's not something that they think about. they're under a budget. You know what I mean? They're given a budget and they go with it. But I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I agree. Yes, more houses and apartment buildings should be built with better, for sure. With better materials and more insulation and things like that. I'm with you, 1,000%. Pumped you up. Right on. I could use a little pump up. No, things are looking up. Things are looking up. Lamborghini's back home and she will be legal today. It'll be good. It will be good. Lighthouse. Hey Crystal, how you been, babe? No need to be passive aggressive. It's better to just be upfront. Unless if they don't stop. You know? You don't really want to fight fire with fire, but that's just me. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, lovely. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to take Maui out really quick. So what's been going on, Crystal? What's new? I think last we spoke, I think you were maybe in a new connection. I hope that that's going well still. Oh, look. Okay, you answered my question. Good. Oh, I got goosebumps. I love that so much for you. That's perfect. I love that so much. Okay, Wendy, you're up, my darling. What's your question? I don't know, Ryan. I have no idea. And it's like in the fall. Okay. Is Bobby going to propose soon? You guys are so cute. I love seeing your pictures. Queen of Pentacles. I would say yeah. That's the wife. uh, that came out quickly. Let's see. Do we have like a... Can we know like a time frame or... 5. So 5 could be obviously like 5 weeks, 5 days. Could be the month of May. That's also 5. I feel like there is something that I feel like he's clearing out. I don't know what it is. You probably do. I feel like you're already aware of this, but there's an energy of like wanting to take care of something first, or like, I don't know. It seems like there's an energy of like wanting to, I don't know. It feels like he's clearing something out in order to kind of, I don't want to say like have a fresh start because you guys are already together, but to like have a, like a, you know, does that make sense? That would be crazy. Is his birthday in 5 days? You said on Saturday? That's like 5 days. Okay. Will it be on his birthday? On Saturday? No. I don't think so. Eight of Swords. That's usually a no card. Then we have the Four of Wands. Yeah, I don't know. He feels like he's preparing. It feels like he wants to be prepared. And not that he's not necessarily prepared, but like, you know what I mean? I hope that your feeling is correct. But I, you know, for you, because that would be so exciting. But yeah, you know, I wonder, does he have like a, I don't know if it's like what you would call like a one-track mind, but it's like one step at a time, right? There's like this energy of like, okay, so I want to marry Wendy, but I need to take care of this, this, and this first before I can even, you know, get that process started, which would be like the proposal, right? Does his mind kind of work that way of like, okay, so we've got to do, you know, in things in a particular order, things like that, because it's kind of the energy that I'm picking up on of like, you know, when it comes to like the bigger things, you know, like making sure that it's almost like, and it's almost like maybe also too, part of him is like, you know, whatever it is that he's like taking care of, right? Like, or whatever he feels that he needs to take care of first. It's like he wants to give, you know, this engagement, your connection together, just like a fresh start. You know what I mean? And again, not a start, but it's like wanting to have things, because I'm wondering if in the past there could have been a situation where maybe things weren't, he didn't do things that way, and maybe things didn't go correctly or something like that. And so it's like, okay, well, I'm going to take care of everything I need to take care of before. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like wanting you guys to start off in that way on the right foot and being prepared for it is what I'm really kind of picking up. Yes, Crystal, and good work on doing all that. All that work that you've been doing. It does pay off. It does pay off. But yeah, Wendy, I think that in his mind, there's, you know, it's just wanting to start off on the right foot, you know? But I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Whenever it happens, I'm very excited. It almost is kind of giving me this feeling of like he's a little bit, you know, kind of anxious as well, in a way of like wanting to like kind of get a lot of these things done, you know. It almost feels like, you know, as soon as he gets, you know, whatever this is kind of taken care of, that it's like it doesn't matter where you guys are, what you guys are wearing, or, you know, like that type of energy, that it's like in that moment he'll feel that it's the right time. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Ooh, I love that. Hopefully your house sells pretty quickly. I'm very excited for you. And we will just put all of the good intentions and quick movement to make sure, because yeah, it just feels like you know, so that he can take care of what he feels like he needs to take care of. And put a ring on it, okay? I'm excited for you. But if he does propose on Saturday, you'll have to let us know. You'll definitely have to let us know. Sure, Nerdisha. I can't wait. I'm very excited for you. I love seeing your guys' pictures. You guys are so cute on the book face, the book of faces. Okay. I don't know who it is that calls Michael's phone every day at like this time, but they need to cut it out. I love that. So are you impatient? I don't think so. You're excited, you know? I can only imagine that feeling. I'm excited. Oh, I know it changes a lot. Crystal, are you feeling more in your feminine energy? Yeah. Yay. I'm excited for both of you. I'm excited for everyone. For all the things, because even if life doesn't seem super great right in this moment, it's going to get great. Man, I've cut the deck at first it was the Ace of Cups, then the Ace of Swords, now the Ace of Wands. Interesting. No, I love that. Such a good energy to be in. Oh, I love that, Christina. Just new beginnings. Look, then we have the Ace of Swords with the Ace of Cups and the Sun at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Okay. So how can Nerdisha move past feeling guilty about her father? How can Nerdisha move past feeling guilty about her father? Okay. So we have the Two of Wands with the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Which is really making me feel like it's where you focus your energy. I get the feeling that you spend a lot of time in your head. You know, like thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. And you're being encouraged to drop down into your body and quit thinking so much. You need to quit thinking so much, and you need to do, right? Find, not to say that you are just not doing anything, but I get the feeling that there's an energy of, you're being encouraged to drop down into your body and give your brain a rest here, okay? Because see this Two of Wands, how she's focused on the lock, right? And this Four of Cups, was kind of just sitting there thinking and thinking and thinking. I mean, any guilt that you may feel, that's definitely something that you would want to move through, okay? Heal that, right? But for the most part, as far as like your day-to-day life, right, it would be a good idea to start your day off with like, some sort of meditation that helps you drop into the body rather than just taking off with your mind, right? I always like to say first thing in the morning, like, dear God, please take over my mind before I do, that type of energy. Just, it feels like, where you put your intention, the intentions you put out, it's got you kind of mixed up in your head here quite a bit and focused on the things that are not necessarily going right rather than the things that are going correctly, right? There's a need to drop into your body and shift your focus from the things that are bad or burdens or whatever onto all of the blessings that you have. That is how, I mean, and if you're feeling any guilt, it may not actually be necessarily directly, I feel like his sickness could be bringing that up, but it may not necessarily be directly rooted in that. Because, as people get older, they get sick, and, oftentimes physical illness is, a symptom of some mental and emotional things, but we don't need to get into all that. This feels very, kind of almost cut and dry. Drop into your body, out of your head, and, keep yourself busy, right? And if that includes going to visit him or, stopping by and taking care of him, then that includes that. But it's okay when you've got to leave and do things for you. You know what I mean? Like, you have a whole life to live, and he probably understands that. You know what I mean? He probably absolutely understands that. But yeah, this is what's coming through. For sure, Flo. So, Nerdisha, there's lots of, meditation is a good way. Yoga is a good way. Those are the two ways that I use, but I'm sure there's lots of other ways. Dancing is probably a good way, turning on the music and getting up and moving around and, things like that. And just set your intention to, I move from my heart space, right? That type of energy. Hey, Kels. Yes, Flo, I can. Let me go let Maui in really quick. Put your question. journaling, working out, all of these things. Usually physical activity is a very good way to drop into your body. You're welcome. Love you too, lady. A lot of times journaling really helps me get out of my mind, right? I literally write down everything that's on my mind, verbatim. Just write it down. Everything that I'm thinking, good, bad, ugly, sad, all those things. Then it's like, whew. And then I do a little meditation, drop into my body, and, you know, that type of thing. It's very helpful. Okay. I mean, you'll definitely, I already know the answer is yes, but let's get some messages about it, shall we? Okay, Flo is worried about losing her job while on leave. Is Flo gonna lose her job? Let's start there. Tell me more. This Knight of Wands is kind of like, here's, okay, with the Four of Swords and the Empress, no matter what happens, you're absolutely going to be okay. Okay? This Nine of Wands is kind of giving... Maui, hey, Bubby. Just the neighbors, man. I know. I know. Like, the Nine of Wands, there may be... is like the warrior, right? The one that fights back, the one that fights forward, like that type of energy. I have a feeling if you lose your job, there's purpose behind it. Because I almost wonder, I don't know, this Nine of Wands is... I don't know if, like, the job keeps you in this energy, this Nine of Wands, like, or if it could be, like, because I'm picking up quite a bit from it. It's almost like, you know, the Nine of Wands is kind of like the... Again, usually they call it the wounded warrior, right? You know, this person's very resilient, but it's like they have to fight for whatever it is, right? They, you know, and I just kind of get this feeling with the Four of Swords and the Empress. It's like that energy is being put to rest. You know, and you're shifting into this Empress energy where you just effortlessly attract, you know, more than what you need here, okay? Um, and that could be, you know, a new position or something like that. Ultimately, though, yes, you're absolutely going to be okay. I just can't tell if it's like actually the job that's being put to rest here or if it's like this energy within you. Um, but yeah, this is what's coming through for sure. You're definitely transitioning into like a softer energy, a more feminine energy. Hey, Bubby. You lay down? You lay down for Mama? Does Flo need to be worried about medical coverage? Should Flo be worried about medical coverage? No? No, because there may be something else, right? With the Eight of Pentacles and the Hierophant, this is, you know, whatever's happening is divinely led, okay? It's happening for a reason. So, you know, when things are divinely led, right, all of our needs are met, and we may not be able to see how or, you know, a way, but yeah, it feels like whatever's going on is definitely, because I feel like there's, you know, there's like, there's also some sort of like release of some sort of like, you know, traditional beliefs or like old programming when it comes to getting what you need, having what you need, like that. And I think that it applies to that as well. But yes, absolutely. Hey, Hayden. How are ya? Doing well, I hope. Pretty okay. Pretty okay. Hanging in there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yep, exactly. What was that thing I said? Something about a bunch of waves. You just got to learn how to ride them. Yes, Lamborghini is hanging in there. She's doing pretty good. Ooh, 111. For sure. Love you, Flo. I'm glad I said it then. That's funny. Yeah, I can give away a couple free. I remember when I first started channeling, I used to put so much, it's like I used to like look for the answers. And then over time, it just became, you just realize that it's just a part of you and it's just an effortless thing. And, you know what I mean? I feel like I know that song, Hayden, but I don't, I can't like hear it in my head right now. You know what I mean? Goodness. Didn't I answer that question for you last time? I'll answer it again, but I feel like I did. I'm not judging you. I'm just asking. Um, okay, I'll listen to it. Oh my gosh, that is so cool, Flo. I love that so much. Joanne. Aw, that's so sweet. Okay. Will the male Aries break silence with Lighthouse Dreamer ever again? Will the male Aries... Well, there's the male Aries, the Emperor. I feel like this male Aries is, I don't know, there's a Queen of Pentacles here with the Two of Pentacles. It feels like, but then we have this Eight of Cups. I feel like this is your, I don't feel like the male Aries is your person. I feel like they maybe, you know, kind of dealing with some stuff on their own, maybe tangled up with somebody else or, you know, something like that. I get the feeling, though, that there's, you know, if you can emotionally disconnect from, kind of look at this person, we have a King of Swords over here. After you have done that, right? 8 of Cups, moved on from that, right? Emotionally, kind of Queen of Cups, rebalance yourself emotionally, right? Temperance, again, that talks about balance, patience, things like that. The King of Swords can sometimes be like somebody that has some sort of communication, but I'm really picking up more of like an air sign energy, somebody maybe that you don't know. Yeah, it feels like this Aries kind of has their, you know, feels like they're doing their own thing here. Regardless of whether or not this person is ever going to reach out again, I feel like your advice is right here in the middle, this 8 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and this Temperance, to, you know, release this person, cut the cords, cut the ties, release any emotional attachments, any expectations of outcomes and things like that, and tap further into this Queen of Cups energy, which I feel like is you. With this Temperance, and kind of I feel like it's almost like you're unintentionally kind of giving some power away to this Aries. I kind of feel like there's, you know, with this emotional of release here, there's a recall of some sort of power, standing in your power here. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Kara. Yeah, Christina, you're right. Um, if you don't release them, there will always be a resistance there for sure. I shouldn't say always, because every situation is different. But if you're still holding on tightly, yeah, chances are there's. But if you let it go, right, it gives them the space. There, you know, sometimes there's awakening and things like that that happens when you pull back your energy. You know. How are you today, Kara? Yeah, the Knight of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, absolutely. The subconscious can hold on. Which is why it is important that we do shadow work. Which is why it is important that we do somatic healing as well. And things like that. Because, yeah. Oh, Kara. Such a Monday, huh? I'm going to go back up and read what Flo was talking about. Oh, I already read that. That's cool. No one's hungry. I'm hungry. I'm starving. Whenever I do those like subliminals overnight, I don't, and maybe it's just I use the wrong ones or something like that. I don't like the way I feel when I wake up. Yeah, maybe I should go eat. Because I am very hungry. Oh, I don't know what that says. Slowly drifting away. Wave after wave. Wave after wave. I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to try them tonight. I am. I'm going to try them tonight. Let's see, Hayden. Will Hayden be moving soon? Let's find out. Will Hayden be moving soon? Yeah, it may take, I don't know if soon, I don't know, because we do have the Knight of Pentacles. It does look like there is some progression, right? Seven of Cups, there's options. It feels like we have the Six of Cups to the Seven of Cups. So this makes me feel like, and within your emotions and things like that, you're stepping out of a nostalgic state, okay? You're stepping out of an energy where, you could have been just really kind of like thinking about really probably just gaining new perceptions, just being in a nostalgic type of energy here, okay? Then we have the Four of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles. So there's some sort of financial growth here, maybe some sort of opportunity, but then we have the Knight of Pentacles, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but they always get things done. They always make accomplishments and things like that. So, what is soon in the spiritual world where time is not real, right? But it feels like there's a shift within your energy, your emotions, right? As well as then therefore in your physical, and it's with this Knight of Pentacles, it always gives me like next step energy, right? Like the next foot forward type of thing. So I would say, yeah, we have Judgment with the Justice. Okay, so yeah, I would say, but do we have a time frame? Is there like so the number 9 came out. So that could be, what's that, September, or 9 weeks, 9 months. Yeah, I feel like you're manifesting it, though. And it's hard to get like a time frame also because, you're clearly moving through things. You're clearly like transitioning. And, transitions are also based on our decisions that we're making. Not to say that you're making the wrong decisions, but, sometimes things take maybe a little bit longer than we anticipate because, you know, because maybe we avoid looking at something, or maybe we spend too long in a nostalgic energy, or maybe we, and is it too long, right? It's an energy of like, you are exactly where you're supposed to be for sure at all times. But yeah, this is what's coming through. Hey, Arkansas. Yeah, you're welcome. Don't lose courage, you know. Just and you know, the way it started out with the cups and then went to the pentacles, there, you know, there's clearly something, you know, within you, maybe your emotions, your feelings, your intuition, things like that, that is transitioning, but maybe needs a little bit of focus, something like that, possibly. But you know, you are exactly where you're supposed to be for sure. You can't find your clothes. That's so funny. Oh, I'm for sure getting in my way. Some more than I should. More than I should. So you're not alone. Yeah. Yeah, you can't ever feel bad about it because oftentimes, you know, people, you know, if you can shift your focus from, you know, or your perception of self-sabotage to self-preservation, but also there needs to be, you know, don't use that as like an excuse, right? Like, you know, it's a balance. It's all a balance. Oh, goodness. So, all right, guys. Well, I don't know if I should hang or kind of hungry, kind of sleepy. Eat and nap, yeah, before the kids get home and before I gotta go finish taking care of this, but the kids are great. You're kind of hungry and sleepy too. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling sleepy. It kind of hit me randomly, but I do get that way after I've been on here for a while doing these little readings. Um, the kids are great. Michael's signed up for baseball. Zyla's just typical, lovely, super smart Zyla. Apparently, the teachers were having a conversation about how smart Zyla is, like on their own. One of her teachers uh, told her that they were talking about her in the teachers' lounge at like lunch or something like that, and how smart she is. Hell yeah. That sounds good. But she felt really good about that. I'm not surprised. Her sixth grade teacher here. No, was it sixth grade or fifth grade? I can't remember. I feel like it could have been fifth grade. I don't know. One of her teachers here has asked me, they were like, what school did she go to before, and what can you ask them for their curriculum because of how smart she is? And I was like, it's not the school, it's just my kid. She's just smart. I mean, not taking credit away from the school, but I'm just saying. um but she's just a very smart girl. Michael's very smart too, but yeah, he'll be playing baseball, all the things, Came home from his dad's yesterday. He had a great spring break over there. Came home with a hoverboard and an air hockey table, so that's dope. But but anyways, guys, yeah, I'm gonna go eat and go from there. Listen, I love ya. Thanks for hanging out. Vibing, chilling, donating, not donating, whatever. Thank you. I love you guys so much. And we'll talk later.